Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Asmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Today we will start with the next two stanza of Bhajagovindam. That is the ninth, which is very important, and on all your books on the back cover page, it is the new books I'm talking. This is the stanza which I have printed in. Madam,
Sankarte nissangkatvam, nissankarte nirmohatvam, nirmohatte nicchalatattvam, nicchalatatte jivan mukti.
so all of us are wanting for what? Jivan Mukti. That is our final goal, or sometimes we should say that is the only goal we should have as a human being. Jivan Mukti is special. Jivan Mukti is not after death. It is while you are alive. And that's the best goal. So that doesn't require any graduation or anything. It is just here and now you can be Jivan Mukta if you understand the Saransh or the understanding of entire Bhagavad Gita. So this can only be happened by having Satsangaha. So through Satsangatve, you will have Nisangatvam. You will get detached from the worldly affairs. Through Nisangatvam, what will happen is you will get Nirmohatvam. There will be no delusion. See, Samsara we saw Moha, Shoka, Raga. So with Satsang, you will talk good things, you will talk dharmic things, you will get detachment, and with detachment, you will be Nirmohatvam. Your mind will be clear. With Nirmohatvam, Nischala Tattvam will come. Means what? Chitta Shuddhi. Your that consciousness will be more and more clearer to you. The water is muddy, you cannot see through the reflection. Water is getting clear, you can see through the atma within you. Through Nishchal Tattvam, you will be Jivan Mukta. So this is the verse in behind this, the last where our photo is there. I feel this is one of the best verse to know as a satsangi seekers of the truth. Okay, next.
शुष्के नीरे प्रकाशारः, क्षीणे वित्ते कपरिवारः, ज्ञाते तत्ते संसारः.
So again here, all kah means question. So what good is youth? What good is lust, or lust may not be the right word, attraction, when your youth is not there? What use is the lake when there is no water? And where are those relatives when wealth is not there or wealth is gone? If you all know this. So same way, when you have understood the truth, where is samsara then? Samsara also is not there. So we are all trying to understand that highest truth, and that we are learning through different chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So how speech should be there? I am taking one topic, all from Bhagavad Gita. Today I thought we will discuss about speech. How should be your vakya? Because out of tapas, one is vakya tapas, or tapas when you speak. So the real understanding of tapas is given in this one shloka by 17.15 chapter. Anudvekakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasana chaiva vangmayat tapa uchyate. Basically, how does anything which is English, I have not put, because I will tell. The component of the correct speech are four. Anudvekakaram, satyam, priyam, hitam. Should be a vakyam. We have words. The component is satyam. Satyam we all know, truthful. Hitam is, yes. And hitam means beneficial. Beneficial to hitam. See, when you talk, you generally don't talk to yourself. Otherwise, you will call mad. You talk to someone else. So it is on that basis it has been mentioned. So satyam, truthful, hitam, beneficial for others, priyam, very important, lovable. Even the decibel of your vakyam should be lovable. In my last institution, last to last, where everyone will say Namah Shivaya. They had this Namah Shivaya to not say hello, not like that. So when we go to the canteen, the Namah Shivaya will be different. Namah Shivaya, Namah Shivaya, like that. Namah Shivaya. When we go to Amma's place, Namah Shivaya. So see, the same decibel of that Vakya, but Namah Shivaya in that tone and that tone should not happen. It should be lovable. And the most difficult of Vakyam is not hurting anyone. Anyone who is there at that time and who is not there also, not hurting. Anudvega karam Vakyam. Satyam, hitam, priyam, anudvega karam Vakyam. And this is to, I have added to the many speeches, it should have a quality. It should have a quality and it should have a quantity also. It should keep the people interested in that talk. So Swamiji says if you speak to someone, after say 1.5 minutes, you just take a pause. See whether the other party is interested in your talk. If they are interested, then you speak for the next 2 minutes or 3 minutes and stop your walk. If it is not, you should be understanding that he wanted to go away. His one leg was already away from the house. So that is how quantity and quality of speech also important. Now we come to second chapter. We saw in the last class that Arjuna was been completely surrendered. Before that, we saw Krishna, the teacher, also has a whip. It is not just blessings, he also gives a whip when required. And the transformation of Arjuna, we have seen, discovery of the problem first, of samsara, feeling helplessness and cannot solve this problem on his own. And seeking for help, that means completely surrendering. In the when the verse completed, we saw Arjuna is helpless. He is just almost crying. Sanjay says he is crying now. And the scene is that at this, Lord Krishna is smiling. He is a teacher. He doesn't have any likes, dislikes. He is very calm, composed. And he is smiling, and then he speaks these words to the grieving Arjuna. And now the real Gita will start from today. And again, I will repeat, those who have come, that we will now see that we confirm our verses is given to you, so that last minute, if they are not there, I can give it to someone else before. Second, the confirmation will be by sending PPT to me. 1 or 2 slides is enough on my email, I will send you. So that I want more participation from now on, because now the real climb is started. We have 701 verses of Bhagavad Gita. We have just done that beginning climb. Now the mountain will start, and we will end only at the 15th chapter. That is the top of the mountain. 15th chapter is top. Then again we will climb down. So with this, we will start our today's class. Sonali has agreed to do this very difficult verse. Sonali, go ahead. We're all listening to you.
Yes, Sachin. I'll just keep my camera off because there is some
No
network
problem.
issue. Am I audible?
Very clear.
Yeah. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Ashochananvashochatsvam Prajnavadanscha bhashase Gatasunagatasungscha Nanushocanti panditaha. Shri Krishna is saying to Arjuna that you are grieving for those for whom you should not be grieving for. And at the same time, you are talking like a wise person. And wise people do not grieve. So in this verse, Shri Krishna has talked about atma jnana. So the person who is having atma jnana, they start moving towards moksha. And that is if they don't have atma dhyana, that is, it is ignorance. And the more ignorant you are, the person will start staying in this samsara jala. So from this verse, in this verse, Krishna has talked about atma dhyana and how to attain moksha. So this is
Excellent. So now we have come to a very hard-hitting verse. See, here he gives him in a nice way that you seem to be a pandita. You're talking like a pandita, but you're also behaving like a fool, because you're talking about death, those who are not dead, and talking about something which is not going to happen. So asochan sah, grieving for those who should not be grieved also, and you are being talking wise also. So totally you are fooling yourself. And the person who understands that you should not grieve because he was grieving for something which is bodily. See, we have the ignorance. The whole idea here, what is this verse? If you take wise man, and the opposite of is a fool. So Sri Krishna is telling that you are a fool to Arjuna in an indirect way, again whipping him. But if you see how to become wise is by just removing your ignorance. In Swamiji says, ignoro ductomy, like amputation, you do dectomy of your ignorance. What is our ignorance? Can anyone tell me? Madam, can you translate this, what I asked question? What is our ignorance to her in Tamil? So, what is the ignorance? Correct, but somewhere there. Yes, exactly. Light example is the best. Light example is the best. See, we are now in the evening time, after this night time. Now, if a person thinks that this is how the world is, that there is no light now, is it right? Sun is there. It is just that the earth is revolving and we are on the other side of that. And it is, if you are not understanding this, we are ignorant of the part of the sun. Same way, if we are ignorant that we have the atma within us, just because this body is taken, or we have got this body, we are ignorant about the fact, I am the atma, but I have to transact with this medium in the world. So I have taken this body. If this ignorance is there, then we are fools. Now, because the entire thing is war, and someone were going to be killed, and the people, the kith and kin were going to be sacrificed in the war. And that's where the ignorance started coming up and up. See, whenever there is stressful situation, first things, negative things only will be seen. Positive things will be down. So in the stressful situation of the war, Arjuna was completely attached to the opposite thing, and the bodies, he was started seeing body, not the Atman. In fact, he also became attached to the body, because then only the relation starts. That's where he's saying, you're talking like wise person, seem to be wise person, but you're acting like a fool, because asochan saha, grieving for those whom you should not grieve. Not just the bodies you're talking about, because they are there in this time, but the Atma was there before, Atma will be there, and Atma is going to present. This will come in the forthcoming verses. Have you understood this important verse? Even though it talks about fool, it indicates that if you remove the ignorance, we are wise people. So we will try to be wiser from this verse onwards. Yes. Please.
துரோணாச்சாரிய பீஷ்மர் முன்ன பண்ண தப்புக்கு தான் இப்ப தண்டனை அனுபவிக்க போறாங்கன்ற மாதிரி அவர் சொல்றாங்க. அவர் சொல்றது என்னன்னா, don't grieve for those
who are not to be grieved.
அப்பனா அவங்க தப்பா
Your answers will come. Your answers will come now.
They know that they Krishna and Drona.
அவரு நல்லவரு
அவங்க இறக்க போறவங்க எப்ப வேணாலும் இறந்துக்கலாம். பீஷ்மர் has power. That's why he is in the அம்பு படுக்கிறதுக்கு எப்போ ஒரு துராயணம் வருதோ they know when they will die.
Okay.
அவங்களே இப்படி நினைக்கும் போது while you are as Krishna is saying while you are against the war. Grieved go to the top.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay. One more thing I forgot to tell you. The way Krishna will deal now, the entire 72 verses is now first 13 verses. He's going to be talking about philosophical aspect. So keep your right question. Philosophical aspect. Then the ethical aspect, that is of dharma, adharma. Then the worldly aspect. Worldly means if you win this war, you're going to get so many things. Worldly aspect, materialistic aspect. So 3 ways he is going to deal. First is philosophical, which we are talking about atma, will not mix anything else. Second is ethical, as a human being, as a kshatriya, what he should do. And finally, the worldly affairs, that after winning a war, you will get the kingdom. Okay? So we'll go to the next. Sir. Nasam nacheva na bhavishyami sarve vayamatam param. Yes.
I was not there in the past. You were not there. These things were not there. All of us will not exist in the future. This is also not true.
Yes, this is a little twist. So what is there? 2 negatives. I was not there, and this is not true. And I did not exist. This is also not true. Basically, what that I he is talking about is the body, just the body, not the atma. So what he is indicating you, think about the atma within. A wise man will never think about anatma. Now, these 2 concepts I will tell you by an example. This example is given by Swamiji. Exactly, I am just copying it. Can you all see my hand? What can you see? Okay. Anything else? Okay. Anything else? Come on. Some wise person will tell the answer. Okay, nails. Now don't tell him more things. We just see the hand. Okay. Light. Have you seen light? Light. No, light. Only because of light you are seeing this, right? The light which is stopped here is reflecting in your eyes and seeing the hand, basically. But now no one told me I can see light. So same way, what Krishna is saying, you are not seeing the atma, which is been reflected through these bodies. And that's why you are talking like a fool. When you start observing light in everything, means I'm talking light means, here I can give example of sun. Sun is a light. That's why I don't want the classes on Zoom. Okay. So light falling on your hand, we never see. We just take it for granted. Same way, the light emitting the consciousness within you is taken for granted ever, but so granted that we forget. We get ignorant about the consciousness atma within, which is none other than jivatma is equal to paramatma. Okay. Another example. If you see the perspective in an ocean and waves, if I see in the perspective of water, what is the ocean and what is the wave? It is one and the same, right? It is one and the same. But if I look in the form of wave, then so many waves are different. Every minute one wave is coming, and one is bigger, one is smaller. Like every minute, one birth is happening. Some color, some area, male, female, gender. But if you see in the perspective of the water, ocean and wave, one and the same. Same way, what he's trying to say, if you are seeing these people and not seeing the consciousness within them, which is myself, Krishna is a bigger consciousness and they are smaller consciousness. So he's telling that, you can just read again now. Sir, I was
not there in the past. You were also not there. These kings were also not there.
Such an idea is
not at all true.
okay.
All of us will not exist in the
Future
This is
also not true. So two negatives. Difficult, but I think if you see in this way, it is now easy. Okay. No, we want such. See, she is rightly telling. We will explain. Now you come to Atma at least now.
So I understood the meaning of it. See to a person, not bodily, to the soul. When you see to the soul, you won't have that feeling, if they are related to me, I should not hurt. What he is saying is right. That part I have understood. Now, why is Bhishma standing there? Because for the papam or adharma, which he did in the early stage, exactly. Or for this stage.
No, early stage. But that we have done already in the first chapter was that only.
Now I'm getting all the confused because I'm recollecting with that. No, now I'm getting. Now for those piece of land they are fighting. No, for that he's standing, or that soul he's asking to see. No, so that soul means not for this piece of land.
No, see, he's trying to teach a child in different ways. Now Arjuna becomes a student, like a child. So Krishna is taking a very difficult topic now. Sankhya Yoga. This chapter is called Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya means there is 24. There is a how it comes. Will derive. I will tell you. Next class, maybe I tell you. Sankhya means numbers. Number. So Sankhya Yoga is a very dry, and it starts with that. So she's asking, there is a joke like that. She's asking, one judge gave a judgment. Before that, he asked to the so-called Pandit. That is the next way of learning. First, we are learning about Sankhya.
ஒரு மனுஷனை உடல் ரீதியா பார்க்காம மன ரீதியா பாருங்க சோலுக்கு அறிவில்லை பாடிக்கு அறிவு ஆல் தட் ஐ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பட் அந்த ஸ்டோரியை கொண்டாந்து தானே நம்மளுக்கு இதை சொல்றாங்க அப்ப நான் என்ன கேட்கிறேன் அர்ஜுனன் மட்டும்தான் நல்லவங்களா எதுல இருக்க அத்தனை சோலு கெட்டவங்களா அவ்வளவுதான் நான் இந்த பாடியில என்ன சொல்றாங்க அவர் இந்த பாடியெல்லாம்
Okay, now her question is like that. One, I'll tell you in a joking way. There was one thief caught or a murderer, say, and then he came to that place. Judge was going judgment. He said, "Solapa, what is there? Shall we punish you?" He's a learned person like us. He says, "See, I was not there. I never existed. I'm Atma." Judge said, "Okay, pa, we will keep your Atma with you. We will not punish the Atma. We'll punish this body." So judgment is for the body only, not for Atma. So people can tell like that, I am Atma, I am not doing anything. I am free. I did not murder. So I will come. This is just a joke, but what her question is, whether we are talking about dharma, adharma, the Bhishmas, whoever is standing, they did adharma, or we are talking about Atma. So it is first we are talking only about Atma. We are talking about a philosophical angle. Second angle will be dharmic angle. Third angle will be worldly angle. So first 13 verses now is only about Atma. Just I want you to focus on Atma because Atma Vidya only. Why? Because it is a difficult topic. Today, if you understand Atma, from tomorrow don't have to come back to anything. That difficult topic is. Okay. So if you don't understand, it is good actually. So Nagarajan's verse. Yes.
All the following things may not cross.
Sir, you can tell. So that's what I'm saying now. Next classes, rather than reading like that, like I have prepared, but I can talk without seeing something because I prepared. I want every one of you to make your verse like the best verse of Bhagavad Gita. That verse which you get should be presented that this is the only verse in Bhagavad Gita. Then you see how after 10, 20 such presentation, any verse given to you, you will talk entire Bhagavad Gita or entire Saransh of Bhagavad Gita. Sarva Upanishadha Gava Dogda Gopalanandana. So that is the practice from next class. And madam also will take some verses. Dehi no asmin yata dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tata dehantar praptir dhir sastram na muyati. So, just as the self, which is the in this body and goes through boyhood, youth, old age, and dies, so also it goes through the attachment of another body also. But a wise man does not worry about such things. Now, what again? First, he told about atma, the two verses. Now he's talking about anatma. At the atma level, we saw neither I exist, neither I was there, neither I will be there, all that, or I will be always there. So that atma part is over. Second is anatma. The example of hand, we only saw anatma. We are trained to see anatma because our five senses are going outside. When we try to see within, we see atma. Now it is about anatma, opposite of atma. What is that? That properties of anatma is given here. One is that it will ever change from child, adult, old man, and dead. And this, everything after changing, he will attain another body. This vastram, which we have, after some time when sir will see this stone, he will change my vastram. So God also, depending upon your punya papa karma, he will give you a new body to you. But atma is same. Atma is going to remain the same. Now we are only discussing about anatma. But a wise man doesn't see anything about the anatma. He always concentrates about atma. Here the wise man is telling is to Arjuna, you are a wise man. Arjuna, you know, he was Yudhishthir's brother, Pandavas, and all were learned, like all the Shastra Astra and also Vijnana also they are learned. They are knowledgeable people. So this, you are a wise man, you are not able to see the Atma within the Anatma. Because Atma, Anatma is always a mixture. It is never, it is like a coin, we cannot separate head and tail. It always comes as mixture. Only when there is a mixture, when Maya Shakti gets with Ishvara, then only this Brahmanda is formed. Otherwise, the world is not required. It will not be seen. There should be a medium to be, there should be an instrument to see the medium, see this entire world. So this body, this anatma, made up of body, mind, and all the senses, together reacting in this world is anatma. Anything which I feel, touch, smell, taste, or hear is anatma. This you have understood, which is going to change, which is going to change, which is going to take another life. Atma is constant. Okay, so till 3 verses, this is there. He's trying to give the example of atma and anatma. Aruna, yes. Anteya Shitoshna Sukha Shitoshna Sukha Dukkhada Agama Payano Titikshya Swa Bharata Swa Bharata. Bharata is the word for Arjuna.
Sense organs and objects which cause
Cold, heat.
They are impermanent. O Arjuna, endure them.
Correct. You can explain if you have something more to say.
Now it better.
Hmm.
Yeah, because it's constantly changing.
Hmm.
Thing keep changing. So when but the atma is permanent.
Correct. So here another aspect of Atma is mentioned, telling about anatma. See, one verse is telling about Atma's property. Atma is actually having no properties. The difficult part to understand Atma is because it is like the clear air. Can we see the clear air? At least air we can, a space. Can we touch the space? Can we feel the space? But it is there, we know. Similarly, Atma is like that, and we cannot give property to it. But while saying about anatma, or saying this is not Atma, one such property is that it is permanent, and anatma is impermanent. Simple. Okay? And that existence in second verse, eternal. I did not exist. I was there, I am here, and I will be there. Eternal is from beginning till end. That is eternal. This is permanent. These are the properties of Atma. Now, just to mention that sense organs, which are like our, if you touch, if you have senses, you're definitely going to have some perception. Okay? But this is only limited to your body. Nothing is going to affect the Atma. Just like a clear air is there, it can carry fragrance, it can carry the pollen grains, it will carry all these bodily things, but it doesn't get affected. It doesn't get sullied. The space also, it can carry all of us. It can carry the sound. It can carry the river. It can carry the gutter as well. But it doesn't get sullied. It doesn't get affected. Similarly, the Atma is so pure, it will have everything with him. The body is there, but it will not get affected. So that's where the sins which you make is for the body, punya papa karma, not for the Atma. So Arjuna, endure them. Now the word here which I want you to focus is titiksha. And it is so important for all of us. Someone just says something to you and the ego gets hurt. Even for example, if you are walking on the street or, someone is honking you, I used to get a lot of hurt. Why this fellow has honking? Just some people have the habit, they learn the car by honking only, as if. And you have to have so much titiksha. Titiksha means forbearance, self-control. This verse talks about self-control. One of the very important virtue of a wise man, viraha. And this is also an indicator how you are progressing spiritually. Those who are online, can you hear me, Sonali? This is a very important verse, important word.
Yes, I can hear you.
Titiksha is important in day-to-day life. Be it as a homemaker, be it a doctor, nurse, whatever, you require titiksha. Means what? Self-control. Because each time you judge someone else, your control is gone. And that's what we are tuned to. Someone is honking, we get angry, we also honk twice. Finished. What is the point learning anything? And it is the control which will take you away from this worldly affairs and take you within. Because you're so focused on the atma part, anatma will not affect you. Any worldly thing will not affect you because you're always like Tukaram Maharaj. You know Tukaram Maharaj from Maharashtra? Vithala, 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 Vithala. He was a kumbhar. He was the pot maker. His baby came and he just smashed it. He's so focused on only one, that is Bhagwan. So it was a test for him. Nothing, he passed. He got his child back and he proved that how the focus should be. Whereas the other test for Narayana, he was telling, I am the greatest devotee of you, Vishnu. Narada. Narayana, I am the greatest devotee of you. Narada said, he was tested. He told, okay, take a pot. Just take a round of this circle and come back without spilling a water and then you chant my name. He could not even chant one time. And that ladies were going with so many pots and they were chanting Narayana, Narayana. So that type of titiksha you should have. We can sit in a nice AC room, talk about Bhagavad Gita. And as soon as we go out and a phone call comes, some hurt or something, finished. Our decibels will go up. Your child is not listening to you. It will go up. Can we have this titiksha? This is what is said in this word. Everything will be subject to arrival and departure. Endure them, titiksha. So please remember this word, titiksha. And this is an indicator of ourself, how we are traveling in spirituality. This path of spirituality you have taken. And this is one of the most important quality of being a wise. Okay. With that, I will introduce you.
Doctor, this is Maitri. I had a doubt.
Yeah, please ask. Yeah, go ahead.
So, no, I'm just trying to understand the concept of why Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna that, there is atma and anatma. It's because I think this is my understanding. I've never read Bhagavad Gita before. So I'm just thinking that, Arjuna is attached to his relatives in terms of his body. Like, he's looking at them, as a body and, like feeling that he cannot fight with them. So Krishna is trying to explain that, the body is different and the soul is different. Is that what is the conversation?
Exactly. True. Your understanding is correct.
Okay, thank you.
Sonali, you have raised your hand. You want to ask something?
Yes, Sachin, you said that body and soul, right? So body is whatever impurities or whatever are there are on the body,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
soul is very pure,
Yes.
isn't it? But we
Correct.
keep on seeing that if we commit some sin in this, so depending upon how we are living our life in this janma or in this thing, depending on that, you will attain a body.
Exactly.
That your soul is carrying forward that memory, isn't it?
Yes.
So if the
Vasana.
soul
It's
is
called
pure,
vasana.
if the soul is pure, why does it has to carry forward all the negative things and then attain a body depending upon what karmas he has done in this birth?
Okay. So question is, if the soul is so pure, why do we have to carry the body? That's a question everyone has asked. See, very previously we have discussed this, that if you see why this Srishti was born, God did not have to have this Srishti at all. He was happily however he was. Just like an ocean, when there is a small drip drop of rainwater or a simple stone, it will make ripples. Similarly, Brahman, through Brahman only, there was a Maya Shakti generated. Now, why? See, that's the problem with our modern science. We want to know why. Chumma, why? We will tell this book is good. No, why it is good? I will tell these pages are good. Why? Where they got the pages from? So it cannot go that level, but you understand, somewhere down the line, Shushti was formed through Maya Shakti. When Maya is there are two ways. There is Vikshepa Shakti and Avarna Shakti. This Maya means the great Shakti, born out of whom? Brahman only. This will create two things, Vikshepa and Avarna. Vikshepa means it will cause ignorance. We'll forget who we are. That we will forget we are the Brahman, but part of Brahman, no? Ornament made of gold, may it be bangle, earring, it is, if he cannot forget it is made from gold. So myself, Silva Kumari, all are same, only the form and figure is different. But it is called Vikshepa. We forget our real nature. And Avarna Shakti is like an umbrella, big umbrella. We are in a universe. It is like an umbrella, and we are trying to move from one loka to another loka. More than that, we don't know. After Swarga Loka, Bhuvar Loka, Brahma Loka, down. But it is an Avarna. Such a big Shakti it is. So two Shakti are there with Maya. And this is how the Brahmanda is formed. And this is how the soul has taken bodies. And this is how the karma cycle takes you from one loka to another loka or one body to another body. Now you don't ask me why Maya Shakti was formed. I can't answer. If it was not formed, then no one of us would have been here. Okay? Maybe Brahman was feeling tired or boring. He made Maya Shakti out of it and he made this Brahman. But I don't have an but even science is finding out when did this happen. But then they name it as what is that? Big Bang Theory. You can just check out Big Bang Theory. They name it as Big Bang Theory. No one has ever found how the particulate matter went into a huge universe. Okay. I think I've answered only 50%, but slowly when we gradually learn about Maya Shakti, Atma, Anatma, we will understand it. Okay.
Okay.
An
Yeah,
important
thank you.
principle. Thank you. It's a good question. Important principle today we will learn again. FIR. F stands for frequency, I stands for intensity, R stands for recovery. Now, what is this for? It is for our anger. Titiksha is required for keeping this anger down. Anger generated from within us only. So one, we all know that we are getting angry. The frequency for someone will be in an hour 2 times. Someone will be 1 minute 2 times. That much people get angry. Okay, now because of learning Bhagavad Gita or understanding spirituality, understanding our real nature, we should reduce this frequency. The whole idea is FIR principle and not for others. Generally, we start, oh, madam is getting angry too many times. She's not doing properly, not having Vedantic. Not for others, it is for ourselves. Keep this principle only for yourself, not your spouse. Oh, I'm going to Bhagavad Gita, I'm improving. She's not improving. No way. FIR. I means intensity. Some people get angry in the mind. People cannot make out from outside that this person has got angry. Some people become verbal. And some people, hand also, they will get angry. They will harm themselves as well as others. Now, this intensity also should be reduced. Getting angry in the mind itself is a very big hinsa to yourself. Recovery, if you are getting this, some people get 1 month, they take time to recover. Some people 1 day, some people 1 minute, they'll forget. You are all, now the homework should be, I should have no anger. So if there is no anger, there is no point of having any intensity of the anger. And slowly there will be no need of recovery also. But having no anger is not possible. Because we are going to live in this worldly affairs. So Titiksha will help you. As I said, Titiksha means self-control. If you have self-control, it will help reducing this FIR. The day it is become 0, you are called as Jivatma. Today's topic is Jivatma, Jivan Mukti. Shubha is not there. You want to chant, madam? Can you? 15 verse. Ete purusham purusharshabha samadukha sukam dhiram so amrutatvaya kalpate. I'll try to explain. See, dhiram. Who is the dhira purusha? Now he is telling to Arjuna, you are the dhira purusha. You know the right and wrong. For such people, sukha and dukha is one and the same. Because it is at the other frequency, anatma level. Atma level doesn't affect it. And the person who these sense organs and objects do not disturb at all, who is equanimous to pain and pleasure, because through these sense objects only you'll get pain and pleasure. And who is wise also becomes fit for immortality. This word, so amrutatvaya kalpate, he only can take the nectar of immortality. Such a person you are, such a dhira you are. So he's again telling this in a philosophical way, trying to teach Arjuna, why are you grieving? Why are you not doing your work of fighting against the army, against the enemies? So this verse just talks about samatvam. This is also an important factor, samatvam, about a wise man will be always equanimous in situation which is good or not so good for him. Divya. Over to you, Divya. Very important verse again.
Sir, can you hear?
Yes. 16th verse.
Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah,
Ubayorapi
ubayorapi drishtaha, tvanayostatvatarshibhi. Nasato vidyate bhavo. There is no existence for the unreal. Na bhavo vidyate sataha.
Tataha.
There is no existence for the real also. Both real and unreal don't exist. The truth of both these is indeed known by the seers of reality. Tattva darsibihi. They know the true reality.
Done. So when you start something, you can say Hari Om and you can end with Hari Om. So the listeners
sir.
will know it is done.
I finished.
Okay, thank you.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om, yeah. So it's very, if you read it, it looks so difficult. But it is so easy to understand that, you know, we are showing diya to Bhagwan. Every day we do puja. Are you trying to show the God, the light? Is it so? No. So if we are thinking that I am showing this light to God and God is getting happy, it's absolutely wrong. It doesn't require it. So there is no existence of the unreal. Like if I light the diya, it is for this whatever andhakara I understand. Sunlight is already there in the universe. Similarly, if I am not understanding that the atma is within me, I feel that whatever unreal is real. Means, you know, we are seeing the entire awake state. We feel this is only real. My mother, my father, my haters, my lovers. And we get more attached to this unreality actually. Because once we understood atma is the real, then what is all this? It is unreal things happening around me. Asat. Asatoma sadgamaya. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. Yes. Inside, no, madam. For example, this is a good thing she asked. Inside. See, now I take a pot. It is empty. What is there inside? Air, space, space. What is there outside?
Space.
What is broken?
Space.
Space is there. It was there. It is just, we just made a pot. Exactly. We are the pots carrying this space, which is constant. We are just giving a unreal feeling of existence. It is there. It exists before you. It will exist after you. The 100 years of your pot is carried everywhere. Think over this. It's not going to be easily understood. Because you know why? You know why? I'll tell you why. Why? Because never ever someone told you this reality. Only Adi Shankaracharya has written very clearly. And through Swamiji's Bhashyam, we are understanding it simply. And it is an experience to be taken. I can't share this experience to anyone. For example, one story is there. Inal ul Haq, he is a Sufi saint, if I'm, maybe the spelling may be wrong, from Arabic place. In the court of his king, suddenly he realized this relation. I am the pot, I am not he realized that I am the real Atman, Brahman. And he started saying, I am that, I am that. He started shouting. His friend said, keep quiet. He will just cut your head. He just said, I can't stop. I understood. I experienced this now. This moment I understood that I am Brahman, not this body anymore. He didn't listen. King said, who is this fellow? Stop him. He did, because in that court, only king is everyone. He should only praise king. And he's praising Allah. He said, chop his head. So in that, immediately they get the punishment. When he was getting killed by a killer, when the killer came, he said, oh God, you can come in any form. I know you have come in this form. So he was chopped. Every part of his body also said the same thing. So that is an experience. Can we have this experience? We can have. But can I share this experience? Very difficult. Because the other person has to understand this by experience. Like a North Indian cannot share his experience of eating rasagulla if the South Indian has never eaten rasagulla. वो जब खाते हैं, how it tastes, I cannot until unless you taste it yourself. Same way, experience of understanding I am the Brahman, the bigger space, limited because of this body, the inner space. That once you understand, you don't have to speak. You are Jivan Mukta there and there self. With that, this verse, we say end to this class and we'll come to you. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have completed and we will listen to Tirukkural.